just the glyphosate itself. Professor Seralini said the acceptable levels of glyphosate residues in foods and drinks should be divided immediately by a factor of at least 1,000 because of these hidden poisons. And then Roundup itself and other herbicides have been found to contain toxic levels of arsenic, other heavy metals. Heavy metals cause extreme havoc to your organs and to your immune system and to your bloodstream, 22 pesticides, including 11 that were glyphosate-based, were found to have levels of toxic heavy metals that exceeded those allowed in drinking water. In Sri Lanka, glyphosate herbicides have now been banned in the wake of an outbreak of chronic kidney disease. Among the rural population, large amounts of arsenic found in these herbicides. Again, these herbicides are sprayed on, they're in the soil, they're sprayed on our foods, on our produce. Toxic metals in these studies, in these herbicides include lead, nickel, chromium. These metals get into the bloodstream. They form chemical bonds actually with the glyphosate so that they can more easily circulate through the body. Agricultural workers are getting very sick, in part because of this. And again, like I said, it's on our foods, folks. It's on the foods. When you go to the grocery store, when you go to the produce section, and you say, I want to get some fruit, I want to get some vegetables. Well, you better get fruit and vegetables that are organic, rather than that have been coated in Roundup or any other kind of herbicide, pesticide. I'm running out of time, unfortunately. Like I said, time flies by very quickly. I just want to mention, I want to get in the remaining kind of some of the things that we can do to help ourselves, to protect ourselves. But also, one of the things that I saw, of course, the antibiotics that we're putting in, that people are pumping chickens with, that they're pumping cows with, that it's now perhaps been found that pumping chickens, for instance, full of antibiotics is actually leading to some of these antibiotic-resistant superbugs, some of these bacteria, some of these diseases, and what have you. Now, also, I want to get quickly. That's a story actually this is a story I wanted to get to. Again, the flu season. And then we'll get into some of the solutions, which this actually has some solution. Natural news, the flu epidemic has gotten so bad in the state of Maine. And this was a story shared just this past Thursday. Churches are shunning practices involving touching and sharing. They're forbidding people from drinking from the same wine cup during communion in the Catholic churches in Maine and joining hands during prayer. Priests are advised to greet churchgoers verbally instead of shaking their hands because the outbreak of the flu, the simple flu, has gotten so bad in the state of Maine that they've gone to this extent. And by the way, it's in every state, 49 states except for Hawaii. The flu is widespread. CDC previously announced that more than 30 children have died from the flu and have warned that the virus is one of the worst on record. Last month, over 14,000 people were sick. Hospitalizations went up from 22.7 per 100,000 to 31.5, the highest rate since 2010. And again, all these people, they're saying get your flu shot, and these people no doubt are getting flu shots, and guess what? They're still getting the flu. Now, some of the natural remedies, again, we want to talk things that can help and things that are affordable, things that are a little bit of a solution. Cinnamon, antifungal and analgesic properties. Make cinnamon tea by adding boiling water over the herb into a cup. Drink at least 1 cup twice or thrice a day. And again, I of course would encourage natural or organic cinnamon because some of the mass-produced. Regular cinnamon has, if I'm not mistaken, levels of radiation in it. L-campane, an herb that can be used for congested coughs, soothing irritation, relieve coughing, can fight infections thanks to its antimicrobial properties. Garlic, a known long-time antibiotic. Garlic, antimicrobial and antibacterial properties. Highly antiviral, immune stimulating, can kill any upper respiratory infections. Use garlic as an elixir by pressing or chopping a whole clove. Let the garlic sit for 15 minutes. Once the garlic reacts with air, a chemical reaction turns the clove into a powerful antibiotic. And there are plenty of natural antibiotics out there. Garlic is one, as mentioned. Onions are antibiotic. Try to take some good quality vitamin C, especially during cold and flu season. You can handle the body. You cannot overdose on vitamin C. Now, I'm not saying overdo it, but vitamin C, there's no toxic overdose of vitamin C. The body eliminates it if it has too much. Not in a good way, typically through diarrhea, but there has been studies. Linus Pauling was a doctor, a scientist who did treatments of heavy dose vitamin C to, even if I'm not mistaken, cure cancer. And he would give patients as much vitamin C as their body would take, as their body would accept. Usually, in that case, through intravenously rather than orally, but nevertheless supplementing with vitamin C, and again, to a higher dosage than what even the FDA recommends. I mean, you can do 2,000 to 6,000 milligrams of vitamin C a day as a preventative, as a maintenance, as an immune system protector, and as an immune system buffer to help against again, even just the cold and flu this time of year. Also, some of the things, again, when it comes to cancer, for instance, and when it comes to some of these other diseases, the diseases in our body, most of it occurs because our system becomes too acidic. Your system is supposed to be relatively neutral but slightly alkaline, and when you take in too many foods and too many things into your body that cause your pH to become acidic, primarily sugar, but also meat, too much meat, then your body becomes more acidic, and that allows disease to thrive, cancer to develop when the body becomes too acidic. This from Rise Earth, a mixture of baking soda and lemon is the most effective combination that saves lives. Baking soda is, of course, a base. It's not an acid, it's a base. So baking soda, and I'll add apple cider vinegar, also can help. A mixture of apple cider vinegar and honey even can help restore your body's natural pH. But this says baking soda and lemon. Lemon itself is very powerful. It will prevent, and it prevents the growth of 12 different kinds of cancer. More powerful than radiation or chemical treatment. Lemon will help fight different kinds of microorganisms, fungi, and bacteria. It helps very much against worms and parasites. Lemon regulates our own blood pressure, helps with nervous problems, breakdowns, or stress. Incredibly powerful antidepressant. Lemon rich in nutritional vitamins like C, B, potassium, phosphorus, magnesium, calcium. Very few carbohydrates, contains proteins in it. When you mix it with baking soda, you reach the optimal pH level in your body. You can reduce the acidity so that the cells don't become acidic and allow things like cancer to grow and thrive. It says take 240 milliliters of distilled, purified water, 1 squeeze lemon juice, and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Drink that on an empty stomach, and you can do that up to 3 times a day. It'll help you detox. It'll help you, like I said, get your body's pH back where it needs to be. As I said, apple cider vinegar, also very good for that. And again, one of the things I don't want to neglect to mention when it comes to detox and when it comes to building up the immune system and when it comes to killing bacteria and fungi and parasites and viruses, colloidal silver, quality colloidal silver is excellent. I know one of the people who regularly checks out the American Faith Today Facebook page. She takes colloidal silver regularly and said basically never gets sick. I came across something, haven't tried it, but Life Change Tea. You can look up Life Change Tea or go to the website getthetea.com. I saw where somebody who was suffering from diabetes and some other problems. In fact, he may have actually even created the tea, but at any rate, he's drank this tea and it has helped him out a lot. Helps people with problems like digestion, nausea, constipation. Helps to support healthy cholesterol levels as well as normal blood pressure. Helps clean out nicotine and secondhand smoke. You think that might come in handy? Keeps the liver, lungs, and colon healthy. Detoxify chemicals caused by parasites, bacteria, toxins from the entire digestive system. It can cause weight loss as a side effect. Again, reduced constipation, acid reflux, indigestion, things that so many people in this country suffer from. And again, even good quality green tea, natural organic green tea, very, very healthy for you. And of course, good old natural, healthy, distilled, purified water is vital to our bodies as well. Again, just real quick, and I'll post some links. The amazing healing properties of apples. An incredible article about all the things that apples can help prevent and help even kill. Liver cancer, breast cancer, multi-drug resistant cancer, esophageal cancer, stomach cancer. All of those things. Helps with diarrhea, hardening of the arteries for people who are overweight, anti-aging, bowel inflammation, vaccine-induced toxicity, periodontal disease, gum disease, in other words, hair loss even, staph infections, influenza infections, all of those things can be treated, can be prevented, can be protected against by eating good, natural, again, organic apples. Turmeric, a fantastic supplement. I had an article on this. Turmeric, it's an orange, it's an Indian spice. Very good for inflammation. Again, many of the diseases in our body, they cause inflammation. They're caused by inflammation. Turmeric, great anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer supplement. A lot of times people recommend taking turmeric with black pepper, which also is healthy in and of itself, but turmeric easier to absorb with black pepper. The bottom line here, folks, as I've got about a minute and a half, and I would love to cover more. Believe me, I would love to cover more, and maybe I'll do shows like this in the future, but we are lied to, we are poisoned, we're taken advantage of. Again, not necessarily by your doctor himself, but by the medical establishment, by the pharmaceutical industry, by even the FDA and all of these bodies that we're expected to trust. And this isn't a conspiracy theory. This, I believe, is actually conspiracy fact. But the bottom line here, too, is take responsibility for your own health. Do your own research. Find what's good for you. Find what helps with certain ailments that you may be suffering from. And give it an honest try and see if it works. I'm sure in most cases it absolutely will. This has been Jason Hawes. This has been American Faith Today. Hope that you have been doing well. Hope that you are doing well. I do wish you good health and God's blessings. And God's blessings on this country. I don't know necessarily that they're coming. They're certainly in short supply. But God's blessings on you individually, anyway, you can certainly receive those when you obey Him. Have a great day.
1, 2, 3, 4.